Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review. This is episode number 82. This will be the 83rd episode of the Boruto Naruto Next Generation series, which is, if I can get to it, Ōnoki's Justice. Yep. Picking up where last week's episode left off, with Ōnoki kind of explaining why in the world he's the mastermind. Reason? For the sake of peace. And it's also explained a couple times in the episode by him and his granddaughter, the fourth Tazakage. Karasuchi appears in the episode. I'll get to her in a minute. Where they explain 5 years prior to the events of the series, the Hidden Stone Village was attacked by rogue ninja, so he decided to make a group of these clay figures to sort of defend the village. The Karasuchi rejected due to the fact it was only just to protect the Hidden Stone Village. Despite the fact that, well, here's the kind of thing. She explains, we don't need to just protect our own village. We protect each other. That's the whole purpose of the United Shobi Alliance. Simple as that. Yep, so reject them. Of course, it's explained later. And pretty much, of course, Bart he doesn't mind the explanation that much, but he doesn't like the fact that he's become a villain. So there's a battle that ensues. Yeah. So, at one point, while he's trying to get him to explain, Ku, who was revealed to be Ōnoki's son, almost breaks Boruto's arm. Yep. Eventually, of course, a pillar almost nearly falls on Ōnoki, so Boruto takes him and his cane and prevents him from being crushed. That's actually very nice. My guess is the reason why Boruto did this, because, 2 reasons. He still respects him despite the bullcrap he's saying, despite his reasonings for behind all this. And 2, his father would be very unhappy with him if, in fact, he allowed an important figure like the third Tazakage to get killed by a collapsing pillar. So, yeah. Of course, Sadara and Chocho get a chance to get in the action. They don't do very much in this episode. Of course, Sadara says some lines. Chocho says nothing. They get a chance to beat up some of these creatures. Akatsushi, who is Ōnoki's former bodyguard. Yeah, he gets in the action. Actually frees Boruto from the Earth Dome prison to Ku chance. Even though he tells Ku, do not hurt him at all. He ignores him. It's like Ku just does his own thing. Takes off the Ōnoki inspired robes. Basically, I think it's like Ōnoki's robe, which just wears because it feels like it. Yeah. And, of course, Shikadai is captured. He does nothing in this episode. Of course, we also get a chance to see Naruto briefly, where he contacts Karasuchi's office. Yeah, says, everything's fine. She's out of town. Yeah, it turns out he's being controlled by another. He's being controlled by the one. One looks like a little girl. Well, looks like a teenage girl, blonde, who has the ability for mind control. And of course, there's stuff going on with Mitsuke. His stuff is fine. Also, Inojin is nowhere to be seen this whole episode. Yeah, he's completely absent. So, Mitsuke just gets escorted around by one of the nicest member of those hidden stone ninjas, stone shinobi. Escort around, see how the Ōnoki are made. Of course, he's taken to the doctor for examination, which I think even from Mitsuke's perspective, yeah, an examination is not going to kill him. And of course, he gets under a CAT scan. Well, it also looks like an MRI, like a scan thing. I myself have gone through that when I was much younger because I was getting headaches, and so I got a CAT scan when I was younger. So basically, yeah. And of course, it's discovered about the curse mark. He does not know things explosive, anyways, and that's where I actually see Mitsuke. In the case of Karasuchi, she's seen toward the end of the episode. She was absent for last week's episode. She says, like, who are you? Like, so you see, she sees Shikadai, and he says, oh, you're Lady Tazakage. And she looks at him like, oh, you're Shikamaru's son, Shikadai. Yeah, the only reason why she kind of knows that is because he looks exactly like his father. So yeah, she kind of knows who he is, but he recognized right away. But take a good look at him. Of course, she's at that point. That's when she explains about Ōnoki's basically his plan. Of course, you also see Boruto protecting Ōnoki from the other creatures, which he cannot control anyways. And yeah, that's where the episode ends. It's a pretty good episode. The explanation was kind of weak in a way. Ku, well, he gets some good fighting skills in. The guy completely ignores his own father, despite the fact he's told frequently, do not hurt Boruto. He just ignores him. If you want to think of one character who does virtually almost nothing the whole episode, it's Shikadai. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know why. Just does nothing. He just stands around while the fighting's going on, and he gets captured so easily. And he gets thrown into jail cell right next to Kurotsuchi. I would not be surprised. Now, and Kurotsuchi is like, you have a plan? Do you have how good are your skills? Like, can you get out of here? He's like, yes. He'll find a way because his family are a group of geniuses. So they're very good at strategy. So he'll be able to get out of there no problem. Overall, this was a pretty good episode. It's not like an awesome episode. Yeah, last week's episode was an improvement over the last sub-episodes. This one kind of kept basically that improvement. Though it's a bit tiny step down from last week's episode. But at least it feels like the story's finally progressing forward. Though the weakness of this arc is the fact it's being dragged out so long. This arc is going on now for 13 episodes. I don't know why they're stretching out the rest of the year. This is supposed to be a mini arc. A mini arc is not 13 episodes. A mini arc is like 4 or 5 episodes, not 13. This is like a regular big arc. Stuff you see from Naruto. Yeah, otherwise though, that's really it. Aside from that, the writing was pretty decent for what it is. I like the writing for Mitsuki and his friend. Yeah, that's probably the high point for the writing. It's kind of basically the way it was about 3 episodes back. Not from 2 weeks ago. More like 3 episodes back. Yeah, 3 or 4 episodes back we had the whole episode focused on Mitsuki. Yeah, the writing for that is still solid. It's kind of like for this episode, they kind of had 2 writers for this episode. And it's kind of like the style they had for the Mitsuki standalone one, this fictional part to the end. It kind of feels like that writer came back for this episode. That's why the writing for Mitsuki is so good. And his chemistry with the 2 actors, they have good chemistry with each other. Boruto is just, well, pretty much been kind of the same. But you still want to see Mitsuki, despite him attacking him just 3 episodes back. But yeah. Pretty good episode. So that's really it for this particular review. Stay tuned. I have 2 more reviews planned for today, which is a review of Hunter x Hunter and My Hero Academia. Okay, but do see you next review. Bye.